Hey guys, good day and welcome to Esso's Villa. It's your girl, Coach E, also known as the Emotions Doctor or the Restorer. Yes, so I'm here at your face again. Maybe I should just say Happy New Month because this is the first video for the month of June. Yes, so how have you been? How are we doing? So I just want to quickly pick out one or two lessons that would help us, especially as females. And the reason it feels like I'm always on my gender on this matter is because many times than not, when this matter crash, we're always at the receiving end because we are largely a patriarchal society. I get it. The push for the emancipation, the extreme known as feminism, right? All of those fights to, bring about that balance, it's still ongoing. We have some people who are beginning to, no, it's not patriarchal, and the female pushing those things. And even at that, many times than not, it still backfires. And who is at the receiving end again? The woman. So that's why I'm here, taking my time to talk to my gender, right? And what am I always about? Yes, I'm always big on building the nation by building the family unit and by extension, the individuals who make up the family unit, which is the production unit of every society. Still on Frank and Sandra's issue, I quickly want to point out something, and I think this is something I've seen repeated itself over and over. My dear woman, while it is in you to be compassionate, to be nurturing, you need to understand that in all of this, you are first a human and that you were designed to be catered for. You are designed to receive. And this is not saying you are designed to receive that you should be akagom, that you don't give. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that in your makeup, right? Your biological makeup, right? Which sometimes gives you a clue as to what you are even spiritually. One of the things, in fact, primarily what differentiates you from the male in your makeup is the fact that you possess a womb. You have genitals, the male has genitals. What you have that the male does not have is your womb. And that womb is where you multiply things. So that's why all a man needs to give you is sperm. And what you do is that you take in that sperm, it meets with your egg, it stays in your womb, you nurture that child, it grows, and then you deliver it, showing you that you have what it takes to multiply. I just said all of this to point what I mean when I say you are designed to receive, incubate whatever you've been given, and multiply it back, nurture it, care for it. Yes, but that nature does not now mean that you should always now assume the role of a messiah. Yes. You are not any man's savior, because while there are so many angles to this story, but the angle I really want to stay at, and I think I'm interested in this angle, maybe because I am an emotions doctor and I'm one that works a lot with people to help them heal from emotional wounds. As much as this may be sad to say, but I want to ask, I don't know what Sandra was thinking when you walked into that marriage. What were you thinking? That you could save a broken man? Is that it? And a lot of people get to do this. A lot of, especially females. I really don't know why we get to this point. Is it because of the pressure that we get from society to be seen as a missus? See, I've always preached marriage is beautiful. You should look forward to getting married. But then you need to be doubly careful. I've said this so many times. If a man is 10 times careful in picking a bride, a woman should be 100 times more careful in accepting to marry a man. I hope you know that actually a man proposes, you decide. I'm wondering, now you decided to get married to a man, perhaps for his status, perhaps for his looks, because really, from all the shocking spills that have been going on here and there. I don't know whether I want to call them revelations now. I'm asking myself, what does marriage mean to you? Why did you decide to get into marriage? And what were you thinking that you'll be able to actualize your marriage goal with a man as Frank? What did you look out for when you were picking? And then you forgot to investigate a man who had walked out of 2 marriages. What were you thinking? The other women were the issues, Abby? They were the bad women. They were the bad ones. They were the ones giving him trouble. You are the Messiah that can come and rescue him, isn't it? A man got married to his first wife. After 3 kids, 7 years after 3 kids, comes out when the marriage crashes and then says, he had a cold feet during the wedding. He really didn't want the wedding. In fact, referred to his first wife, now estranged, as a misfit for him. And then found the second one. When he was talking about that one, he referred to her as I can't remember exactly how he referred to her, and I think he has found true love. When you find that thing, something deep down inside of you. And then they parted ways still. And then you came in. What were you feeling like? He said you were the soul mate. Abby? The heart mender. It's quite a painful one actually. Because I'm not here to throw shade. Right? I just want to say to women, you are not a Messiah. See, you need to take your time. Don't let society pressure you into this, the status of being a miss. You can only be a fulfilled woman in marriage. You can only make a beautiful marriage when you go in as a whole, as a complete person. That means that you must be complete in yourself first as a single before you get into marriage. When people are broken, as much as we don't like to use the word broken, or when people are dysfunctional, when people have gone through emotional hurts, emotional wounds, because one of the things we hear constantly from the interviews, previous and now, that Frank has granted, is an influence from his childhood, how he grew, the troubles he had to go through as a young man. The truth is that he has not healed from all of those. And because he has not healed, right, he most likely may not be able to make a good husband, a wholesome husband in a marriage relationship, especially if he's in that marriage relationship with a woman who maybe has some sense of wholeness or is also coming from a place of dysfunctionality. What I'm saying is, women, take your time to do your research, because I think that we see this thing where, a man walks out of a marriage, especially in the top echelon, where I don't know if it's top echelon, but probably say celebrity, yourselves. It's like you are just waiting, especially with the ladies. You feel you're just waiting for the girl in the picture to take a work for you to come in. You can't keep doing that, except you don't have value for yourself. Yeah, except you really do not value yourself as a woman. And this is vice versa. When people have gone through emotional wounds, support them, yes. But don't come in without investigating. Because if you're taking your time, maybe you want to find out from the first wife what happened. Or you even listen, because bits and pieces of whatever happened was all over the internet. The second one, I'm sure you would have not been here. Because what has happened, you being in a place where you originally did not plan. So you are in a place, what you envisaged to have gotten was not what you got. It alters the core of who you are. Yes. Emotional wounds, if not well attended to, alters the core of an individual's personality. And it takes a level of acknowledgement and the willingness to heal for such an individual to go through the journey of healing. Until then, I'm not sure any woman in her right senses should think of going into a relationship with a man who is coming from a place of dysfunctionality. And any man in his right senses too shouldn't be looking forward to getting into a relationship with a woman who is coming from a place of dysfunctionality. I'm just wondering, when you choose a man, what do you actually look out for? Because this guy has made a lot of statements. First off, he said women are the ones that they are matured, they are built to take emotional pressure. Is that the kind of man you open your and say you want to go and marry and you're expecting to have peace? See, my dear female gender, I think I've said enough at this point, right? To pass the message. But if you're seeing this video for the first time, please do well to like, subscribe, and share. Until I come your way next time, I remain your girl, Coach E, the Emotions Doctor.